Hello there folks and welcome back to Malmo for the final day of the Champions League season. You've been with me every step along the way for this Champions League group stage. 6 games, this is the 6th episode of that group stage. Milan are the opponents at home. Effectively win and we go through. If we draw, we go through. If we lose, we're in the Europa League. So that's not a bad booby prize, is it? So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, if we can get something here, we've really made progress in just 1 year. So I'll see you pitch side in just a second with the teams. So there are the teams then. Strandberg continues up front with Jezza and Hurler. Bashiri Racinho, because of Mangala picking up that injury. He picked up an injury as well against Man City, Brutes. Vinheim at right back, Dykes at left back. Jochen Gould, Safari and Nielsen. Sadly, Brawson also injured due to the savagery of Man City. And that means that this boy, Hadzika Dunic, comes onto the bench. He's not bad from the youth academy. He's been here obviously a couple of years, so we'll bring him up into the first team. He's probably got a bit more of about him than Bengtsson. If we can, let's see, good luck. I thought that might have worked. Good luck out there, and we can qualify. But obviously the team don't care about that. But anyway, there we go. So let's see how we do. You know, we went out last year in bizarre circumstances to... I don't know why I've paused it. We got 8 points and we failed to qualify. So at this time, if we get 8 points, we will qualify. But 8 points in this group is seemingly harder to get to. Safari's corner headed away. And Bashiru collects though, Racinho. Looking for Hurler, but he would have been better to go to the corner taker who's coming back. And Carlos Bacca is in and Dragowski needed to save over the crossbar. A little bit immature, a little bit naive from Racinho. Should have played the simple ball, and a free kick given, a handball from Romagnoli. I mean, isn't that instant yellow card in the Champions League? I thought it was. You can see Milan's fitness issues there. That gives us more of a chance, I feel, but it doesn't always work out that way in Football Manager. Nearly half an hour played then. Vinheim coming down this right side. Crosses towards the near post, headed away. Racinho down to Bashir. It's a decent effort, that is. Leaning back a little bit and drags it over the crossbar. Corner ball, Safari's corner. We don't win it in the air, but Racinho puts it back in, and Bashiro turns it into the bottom corner. We have a major advantage now. It would actually see Milan fall to bottom in this group, and Krasnodar must be beating Man City. Perhaps an advantage to playing them last when they've already qualified. But, I mean, they've already sealed first place, even if we manage this win today by extremes twist by beating Milan 2 games out of 2. Vinheim's throw in now, just a few minutes later. It's gone out towards Dykes. Flings it in, and, well, I thought we might have been able to charge that down, but we weren't able to do so. Safari out to Vinheim on this right side. Strandberg's onside, and, well, didn't need to, certainly shouldn't have shot that way. Should have shot across goal if he was going to shoot. But we're happy with the 1 goal advantage at this stage. As I've talked, I've obviously compromised it. Suso, Kessie, to Bacca, Allen. Not a great ball. Vinheim cleans it up, and Dragowski has a chance to calm things down, brings the ball out of the penalty area and plays it up towards Dykes now. Left side, Hurler chases the ball down. Crosses, Jez is on the edge of the penalty area. Crosses and Strandberg. First opportunity was a bit wasted, played it back in towards Donnarumma, but the second one, he punishes the rebound. And you can see Milan now back in third. Man City must have equalised against Krasnodar. And Strandberg there, I mean, he had all the goal to aim at. And, well, even the second time really was a little bit close to Donnarumma. And that's a fine display. 2-0 at the break. We're going through as it stands, which is ridiculous. You know, pinch yourself. I must be dreaming. I'm going mad. We're going through in the Champions League group stages with Malmo in a group containing Man City and AC Milan. Well, I mean, you can be good, and then you can hit a ball like that, and it'll just go in anyway. You know, heavily deflected through the wall. 2-1, game on, but we still, even a draw is fine. So, you know, it's just frustrating because we you know, that didn't look like it was coming. Racinho will collect this, plays it up to Hurler, and Strandberg could be in here and takes it on his left foot, weirdly, and puts it wide. A throw in now, just coming to the 70th minute mark. Racinho collects. He's had a decent game. As I say that, though, he just stands on the ball and gives it away. That's a reaching challenge from Nielsen. Had to make that right on a yellow card, so he would have walked if he got it wrong. I mean, it's terrible. There's Bakker, and then a nice deflection, and well, cleared away. We might, from disaster, we might be able to recover this. Well, I say that, but no. Oh, we might be able to. Lucas Hurler, straight into Donnarumma's hands. Things are starting to fall. Let's make some changes, because I'm not happy with the way the second half has progressed. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I think we're going to bring on Obiolari, which always goes well. And we're also going to bring on Toivonen for Rafinha. I want his experience out on the pitch. No other reason, because he's not quick and he's not very talented anymore. Dykes now down this left side to Hurler. Lashed at it and sent it wide and over. High, wide and handsome is what you hear on the old FIFA game. 15 or so minutes to play, and, well, we tackle and win the ball, but it breaks for Bakker, who finishes like he's Olari, straight out of play. Safari heads away, but terrible header on. And you'd expect Milan to really be pushing, and indeed they are pushing. Barini down his right side. Interesting that he struck there. I admire the confidence of the boy, but that probably explains why his career has never really hit the heights that many expected. I was going to take Dykes off because of his fitness there, but given that we don't have anyone to bring on, I'm going to bring on Peterson instead for Bashiru, just for some fresh legs. And hopefully we can stay... Oh my word. Oh my word. We're going to tell the boys to concentrate at this stage. There's still time to concede twice here. Well, here we go. Jezza releases Olari. Can the man who can't score? No, he can't even shoot. So he just runs it into Donnarumma. I've got him for another year. And maybe a pre-season is needed. I mean, that's not a yellow card. Barini's just stood in his way. He's going to send Dykes off for that. Unnecessarily. I mean, they've committed 10 fouls in the game. No yellow cards. Referee, you're a joke, mate. You're an absolute joke. We're going to move Olari into left wing back because he can do no more harm there than he can up front. Here we go then. There's seconds left. Toivonen, Olari on the left wing back position. Maybe it'll be the making of him. Vinheim can't win the ball against Barini. And Bakker's in. Plays it through Romagnoli on this right side. Look at the Milan shirts in the middle. Storaros collects. Vinheim goes through. And that's the full-time whistle. We've qualified from the Champions League group stages. What an achievement. Despite the referee's best efforts, clown, we go through in the Champions League. But a 2-1 defeat. I was reading that wrong. I was reading that as us. So we go through to the first knockout round, which is just magical. We'll issue a bit of a warning to Dykes. Don't think it was a fair dismissal, but there we go. I'm not sure when the draw is. Stick with me because I want to see who we've got, and I'll bring you the draw live. Well, I didn't think it was ever going to come, but here we are sometime later, and we've got the draw for the next round. Again, I said it in a recent video, this should be dynamic. You know, I mean, why is it scrollable when I've got this space open? I know they need to make it to fit certain resolutions, but surely, again, that could be dynamic, just to make that a bit more obvious, you know, so I don't have to keep scrolling in what is effectively a very small little toolbar window. Anyway, we are obviously second place team, so we can't face any of these sides, but we will face one of these sides, and all 8 terrify me. So really, it's about which nightmare is the least terrifying. The only team we can't face, of course, being Manchester City. Are any of these teams Swedish? No, just us. So let's get out there. We could be Roma. Now, we're not going to be Roma because that's one of the unseeded sides with us. So any hope that we have of playing Roma, extinguish it. We didn't get them. So we're not out here. Liverpool play Juventus. Not us, Man United. Big tie, PSG. Here we go. This is us. So first leg at home at the Swedbank. It will be Arsenal, Bayern, Real Madrid, Monaco or Barcelona. As ties go, that's probably the best it could be. But we're going to lose, aren't we? We're going to lose hard. So there's the rest of the draw then. Whew. Hopefully we can give Arsenal a bit of a game. Let's have a look to see how they're doing. Managed by, of course, Luis Enrique. Captain, Jack Wilshere. Unrealistic. Have they signed anyone good? Have they? I mean, Danny Welbeck's transfer listed. Maybe we could bring him in. And there we go. Gustavo Scarpa. Okay. Other than that, it's pretty much Arsenal. So no real difference at all. So we'll see how we do. They've won the Premier League last year, so again, unrealistic. But they're going to be our opponents in the Champions League. But that isn't until 68 days from now. So I'm not going to make you wait until we actually play them. You see, that's slotted in just behind, or between a Spanish Cup game. That'd be an idea. A Swedish Cup game against IFB, and the second leg will come shortly after the conclusion of that cup group stage. So the next video will indeed be the Arsenal game. It's Champions League all the way, and then we begin the new Allsvenskan campaign. We kick off at home to Gothenburg. New teams, Osters, and yeah, I'm struggling to see. I think as well, Hamstats have come up, and that's about it. So, yep, I'll see you next season. Obviously, detail any new signings as well. Ryan Gould has joined the ranks, and hopefully there'll be a few more. We need to replace Rosenberg as the departing striker. He's going to be a big miss for us. Scored 35 plus goals, and all of his assists, of course, not to be missed. So, yeah, do pop a like on there for me. We've managed to qualify for the Champions League knockout stages. That was probably a few years ahead of predictions. We should see a sizable boost to our coefficient next year. So next year our qualification should be a little bit smoother. We should be a seeded side. Fingers crossed. So do pop a like on there for me and subscribe as well for far more Football Manager content coming very soon. I'll see you on the next video. For the Arsenal, take care. Goodbye.